She feeds them, she lets them relax on her sofa, would you believe, whilst they listen to her husband playing the piano. Yeah, she actually lets them come into her house. Oh, look at that lovely foxy. So where do we stand on that? I mean, I have to say, I look at that and go, beautiful fox. Wouldn't want him on my sofa, leaving all his fleas and ticks and whatever else they seem to carry. I let Eamon on, it's true. But then I deflea him once a month. Yes, I do. It's all done very regularly. Foxes in the house, Janet?
No way. No way. And what about all that nasty poo they leave everywhere? No way whatsoever. I mean, they're wild animals, and it's terrible that they've come into the cities because of all the rubbish. You know, where I live in central London, you see them roaming the streets at night. They live in car parks and round where they can get, you know, access to rubbish. And I just think it's terrible. And, I mean, they don't belong in cities at all. Plus, there's a health risk. I think she's romanticising a creature that only belongs in the countryside. I'm not saying
she says if we don't... But I don't know if this is correct. She said, you know, they were here before us. They're feral creatures. Yeah. And she says, this is a quote, and if we don't feed them, they get mange and die, and that's not fair.
Well, so what? They don't belong in cities in the first place. And while I'm about it, let's get rid of pigeons and squirrels, because I have just planted some very nice window boxes, and yesterday I got up and there were 3 squirrels very carefully eating all the heads off my flower.
That's just nature.
I don't want them anywhere near me.
That's just lunch to them.
Don't you think that, you know, we're not going to be able to get rid of them?
Pigeon I want is to eat one. I mean, just shoot them and eat them. They taste great.
Say that, don't you think?
Food.
Okay, at the end of the day, we live in an environment where they are there. Foxes are there, pigeons are there. Is it not better for us to just embrace them?
Embrace them, eat them, eat them.
You don't have to. I wouldn't embrace them because they do carry disease.
No. I'm not saying. I mean, I don't think I'd do what Joanna's doing. I don't think I'd be inviting them in my home. To me, it sounds as if she's actually domesticated a select family of foxes.
Well, she said they live at the bottom of her garden.
She's turning wild animals into pets.
But there is a pest controller today says if you invite a predator to your food table at some point, you're going to get bitten.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about uninvited guests, actually. Yeah. People who turn up at meal times.
I do think it's important for people to remember that they are feral animals, and that, you know, we shouldn't all be following suit when it comes to Joanna and inviting them in our homes. But I don't think that we should be eating them either.
I go mad when I see people feeding pigeons in London. Someone left a whole load of old bread outside my house 2 days ago, and I've got like 30 pigeons. They are just like rats with wings.
There's like restaurant
don't glamorise a pigeon, they're disgusting.
When you get back, they'll be dive-bombing you. They're going to be waiting for her now, aren't they? Right,
well, I'm just waging war on them, the squirrels, the foxes and the rats.
Right, what do you think about this one? She's on one today, isn't she?